Welcome to Monday Morning Quarterback, a weekly feature from Cannon Church in Snellville, Georgia. I'm Tim Emmett, the senior pastor at Cannon, and on Monday mornings we connect the game of football and the week ahead. Welcome to Season 3, Thanksgiving edition. Thanksgiving Day 1980, the Steelers were not playing, which is why I was not watching football, but my dad was. That's why the TV was on. The game was on between the Lions and the Bears when I walked into our living room. I walked in just in time to see the Bears complete an unbelievable comeback, tie the game with no time left on the clock. Last play of the game, their quarterback scored a touchdown. They kicked the extra point, tied the game, sent it into overtime. In overtime, the Bears won the toss, and then the Lions kicked off, which is when this happened.
Vince Evans with the touchdown that tied it with no time left on the clock. Murray's kick fielded by Williams at the 5. Williams breaks out of the pack. Dave Williams to the 30. Touchdown Chicago. They win it on the kickoff after overtime.
That's his first touchdown this year.
I'm not a Bears fan, but even I was excited. I was pumped. It was an awesome end to a Thanksgiving Day game. 18 years later, the Steelers were playing the Lions once again in Detroit. This time it was the Steelers who tied the game at the end of regulation, kicking a field goal to send the game into overtime. In overtime, the Steelers won the toss. Jerome Bettis, the Steelers captain, called tails. It was tails. But then Phil Luckett, the umpire, gave the ball to the Lions, insisting that Bettis had said heads. Bettis was furious. He was flabbergasted. I said tails. No, you said heads. Actually, he didn't say heads or tails. What the replay revealed eventually was that Bettis, when the coin was in the air, said head tails. You don't get to say head tails. Luckett went with heads. The Lions got the ball. Then the Lions went down the field, kicked a field goal to win, and they won in overtime. Here's the thing. Thanksgiving is coming. It's easy to give thanks. It's easy to be excited, to be pumped, to rejoice when you are the Bears and you've just won in overtime. It's tough to give thanks. It's hard to rejoice when you are the Steelers and you've lost the coin toss and the game. The prophet Habakkuk, 500 years before Jesus, living at a time in which his people were struggling and suffering, wrote this: though the fig tree does not blossom and no fruit is on the vines, though the produce of the olive fails and the fields yield no food, though the flock is cut off from the fold and there's no herd in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will exult in the God of my salvation. In other words, I will rejoice no matter what. Good day or bad day, feast or famine, I will rejoice because God is with us and God is for us and God will get us through. So what's the game plan for this week? Thanksgiving is coming. The game plan is simple. Rejoice in God. Give thanks to God. Whether you feel like the Bears, you're a winner, or you feel like the Steelers, you lost. Rejoice in God. Not because everything is good, but because God is good and God is with you and God will get you through. You may feel like you're walking through a dark valley, but that valley will yield to the light of day. You may feel like everything's going wrong, but God is with you and God has good things in store for you, and so you too can rejoice. Rejoice this Thanksgiving. Give thanks to God no matter what. That's the game plan for this week. I hope you have a great week and a happy Thanksgiving.